Hello, today's lesson will be about sponsors. Sponsors are the main source of money for a team. The majority of that source is made up of league sponsors. This amount is constant and unchanging, unless your international league changes. You sell the rest to individual sponsors. Let's imagine a situation where you are promoted to a higher international league and all your club sponsors change. It goes without saying that the league sponsor changes automatically and you don't need to do anything here, but you need to work on the other part of the sponsors. How not to be fooled and choose the right sponsor. Lesson number 1. You need to find out what kind of offer is good and what kind is bad. You can do this by going to the profiles of teams in the higher league and seeing how much the team receives from sponsors and calmly calculate that variable part. For example, Team X, in the International League 3-1 receives €98,637 from sponsors. Let's subtract the league sponsor's share from this amount and divide the result by 100. This way we will find out 1% of the funding from sponsors. Answer: €486.4. But how do you know if this is good or bad? It's very simple. Calculate the share of sponsors of all 30 teams in the two leagues and you will know who gets the most and who gets the least. Just kidding. You might not have to bother that much. It would be enough to find those 6 new teams that were promoted from the lower league last year, because they will be the most similar to yours in terms of popularity. Yes, popularity influences sponsors the most, so think about investing in the popularity sector. If you are too lazy to look for something somewhere and calculate, then at least take a look at the table I made. Knowing your place in popularity, you can roughly orient yourself as to what offer you should accept or expect. Since you are new to the league, it is likely that you will be around this range, but remember that these are only averages of that range and depending on your exact position you may receive a better or worse offer. What I have not mentioned yet is that simple randomness can determine whether you will get very good sponsors or worse ones. Sometimes you need luck here. Returning to our Team X, it falls into this range, and if you are here by popularity, then you will most likely not receive such an offer from sponsors. Also, in the database I have compiled, you can find how much the league's newcomers or teams that have fallen from a higher league receive. Here you will also find information from each international league separately. Lesson number 2. Before accepting a sponsorship offer, evaluate all factors. If you have not received the desired sponsorship offer all week, then on Sunday you will not receive that part of the income through financial operations. Therefore, you need to carefully calculate whether it is worth waiting for something or whether it is better to live with less money. Another factor is the length of the contract. If you plan to show good results in the league or invest heavily in the popularity sector, it is not advisable to accept long contracts. It is likely that after a good season, the next season you will be higher in popularity and will receive better offers, so you should initially focus on contracts lasting 1 or 2 seasons. Lesson number 3. If it so happens that you fall into a lower league, there is a high probability that you will be at the top in popularity and will receive very good sponsors. The amount of the league sponsor serves as a very good starting point here, because the most popular clubs collect the same or more money from sponsors as the league sponsor. In this case, there is no need for any clever calculations, but simply wait for what the gods of randomness will provide. Let's review what we learned today. Sponsorship offers depend on popularity and a bit of randomness. Popularity can be increased with good results and investments. When you move up to a higher league, don't accept long sponsorship contracts. When you move down to a lower league, let's focus on the size of the league sponsor. That's all about sponsors. If you have any questions, ask in the comments, on Discord, or to your teachers. You can also write in the comments what other lessons you want.